Hey, good afternoon. It's Lynn Renee McDonald for Practical Spirituality Live. Hey, everybody. Today, I got to do my usual saging. All right. And let's see. Today, what I want to talk to you about is endings. Especially in 2019, there's a lot of stuff going on. The energy is, as you know, I've talked about this many, many times. The energy is wild. There's a lot of endings of cycles. There's always a lot of endings and cycles. Everything in this world is absolutely habits, patterns, belief systems, ways of beings, both subconscious and conscious. In this earth world reality, and they many times run in cycles, as does nature. As you know, like there's a cycle of pregnancy, there's a cycle of seasons, there's a cycle of habits, patterns, and beliefs many times in us, and that we're not even aware of, as well as, like for women, there's a monthly cycle, right? Okay, so this is to talk about all the different cycles. So in nature and on all that is God, there's many different cycles, habits, patterns, belief systems in earth world reality. And during these times, this 2019 year, many of these cycles are coming to an end, okay? So, cycles coming to an end, new cycles also starting, new beginnings. So Spirit is guiding me to talk to you about beginnings, new beginnings, and endings. Okay. All right. Because we all get stuck in, especially endings is what I want to focus on today. Why endings? Because endings, endings and beginnings are really, really put together like puzzle pieces in this reality, and all that is love energy, that is God. Okay, so and endings, one of the biggest things that happens in earth world reality is our earth world belief system. Okay, which is part of all that is love energy, that is God. Okay, here's metaphysical love energy, that is God, in its highest form. All right. And it's all of this is all part of God. There's the purest form of love. And then there's all these other energies and dimensions, and all that is love energy, that is God, at all different vibrations. Okay. Earth world is a particular vibration of love energy. Okay. And society, earth world society, and people and belief systems are that as well. All different forms of a particular vibration, relevant or part of earth world reality, okay, which is all part of law of universe, which is all of God, which is love energy, okay. And then so when you're metaphysical and you're the highest form of love, you're here. Let's say you're here, right here. All right, earth world is within this space of here, okay, or in the space of all that is love, okay, just in a different space. So you have highest form of love, and then you have earth world. Now earth world is part of this, okay, but it is not all of this. And there's a whole vibration and a whole bunch of vibrations that are set up that are in earth world, that are the law of love energy in earth world reality. Now anything and everything here is subject to free will and can be changed from love energy in its highest form. But in order to do that, your soul, all right, has to be in a certain space within itself from love, and your soul creates everything for you, both subconsciously and consciously. The more conscious you are of working with your soul in the highest form of love and being in that space subconsciously and consciously, the more you can create and change and do magically from the highest form of love in earth world reality. So while these rules absolutely are part of your reality in earth world, you have to balance this with this, the highest form of metaphysical or God's honest unconditional love, truth, and wisdom, or Christ consciousness, okay? In its highest form is all of this, okay? So you have to balance this with this, and we've talked about this balance before. If you're in earth world reality, you have to have that balance, all right? Now, in this space, all right, there's a law of universe, a law of everything that is love energy, that is God, and this is particular vibrations in here. The vibration of the earth world planet, then there's vibration of society, then there's vibration of individual pieces of all that is the dimension of earth world in this planet, which is multi-dimensions within that. Because if you think about the sea as a dimension, the up in the sky is a dimension, on the earth, on the ground is a dimension, if you really put it together. And one of the biggest ways you can see that is when you go underwater, you're totally in a different world. And I know that in my physical body, as most people know in earth world belief systems, I believe that I cannot breathe underwater, right? And that's what most of us do in this earth world. They believe they can't breathe underwater, therefore they cannot really breathe underwater, right? Unless they have but they can if they have like an oxygen mask, an oxygen tank, or they have a snorkel where they can go underneath and still have access to air for themselves, right? So, but if you look at it in a different way, it's a dimension, it's a vibrational dimension of nature within earth world, okay? And then there's society, vibrational dimensions, and then there's all different, governments, countries, dimensions within that form of earth world vibration, which again is all that is with love energy, okay? So there's a lot of information here that is all to do with law of universe, law of love energy, all right? And it's important wisdom for us to know how things are here in earth world so that we can use these tools, because knowledge helps us to see the path and the future, helps us to understand what and make decisions and plans and know what we want to change, what we don't. If we can't see and we don't know, it makes it that much harder to change things here in earth world reality, okay? So, let me just see here. So this is all guided to let you know how things, it's like a basic system here of description in this YouTube right here today. All right. Because what they really want me to talk to you about is beginnings and endings. So everything is beginnings and endings of love energy that is God, different cycles within ourselves, to experience different forms of love and grow universally is the collective consciousness of all that is God, that is love, as well as on an individual basis as my part of love energy that is God, that is my soul. Okay. Really, really, really neat shit. Okay. So, this is all part of the grand plan and all part of the law of love energy. All right. However, today I'm telling you that because the universe is guiding me to tell you that as part of the foundation for our talk for today about endings and beginnings. Okay. So there's tons and tons of new beginnings and endings in 2019. As you know, many, many people are crossing over. There's sicknesses, there's unwellnesses, and there's a cycle that has been enacted astrologically, which started in July of 2019 and is going to go on for the next 6 to 8 to 10 to 12 to 14 to 16 months. The universe is telling me, and beyond, depending on how sensitive you are and how you call in that energy and utilize it within your soul, as does the collective consciousness. Everything all works together, all right? And with the magic of love energy that is God, you have the power to do, create anything and change anything, okay? All right, so this said, all right, there's going to be a lot of endings for people, relationships, businesses, as well as simultaneously new beginnings. Can't have an end without a new beginning, because everything that is love energy is just energy changing constantly. If you know anything about Earth World, right, is that it is always changing, right? So Earth World is always changing. What I look like when I'm a baby is not what I look like now, right? As I grow and I change as a teen and I change as an adult, right? Okay, that said, the changes always happen. So many times people think of Earth World endings as, oh my God, it's the end. Like the end of the movie, like it's over. It is the end. But if you think about it, excuse me, the end of a movie is really the beginning of, let's say, you doing something else, or you watching another television show, or you reading a book, or you making a meal, or you going running, or you doing something else. So an ending is not solid like, oh my God, this is the end. Sure, it's the end of a television program, but you could watch another program, or you could watch it again, right? Or you could do something else with that time. So an ending is only as detrimental as you believe and see it is. And everything is habits, patterns, and beliefs. And we have Earth World belief systems of endings in this reality. And the biggest reason we're talking about that is because now people are crossing over, animals, people, things that we love, are getting sick and are unwell and are many times crossing over. Like everybody in my life, all of my clients pretty much, and or family, friends, everybody you know is pretty much going through some kind of ending in some way, shape, or form. And a lot of it is physical sickness, physical health, as well as crossing over, okay? And when you think of this, it's one thing is just an ending and a new beginning, okay? So they're like puzzle pieces. Here's the end, here's the beginning.